Ew! What the fuck is this? Okay. Okay, Biggie. Alright. Ryan Little. Hey Bethans, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Austin Betha. I'm so glad to have you guys here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, kindly click on the subscribe button before you leave, and also give this video a very big thumbs up at the end if you enjoyed it, okay? Already I announced on my community tab that our heads of house for this week includes JAYPAUL and Jackie B. That's the J square, okay? And I know a lot of you are like, two heads of house, how you take happen, how you take happen. I'm here to break it down for you, okay? Now as soon as the housemates got into the arena, first thing when we noticed, we say all of them call they cover nose, call they do Biggie, this face is smelling like pee. Oh my god, that's condom. Oh my god, that's this. I'm like, which type be this one again? Because it wasn't the regular math thing where they had to roll a die and then proceed from one step to the other. It was totally different, and Biggie brought a twist. All right, so what we had today was the double heads of house challenge. Okay, so this time around there is no deputy head of house. You know, let me just read out the instructions to you guys so that I don't miss out anything. Now, according to Biggie, both the head of house task and the nomination process were all rolled into one, and we're expected to have two winners, one male and one female, you know, and they will both share the head of house lounge, and they will both have immunity. And Biggie also told us that the rest of the housemates are definitely going to be up for eviction. So right now we have two housemates as heads of house and the rest of them up for possible eviction, okay? Now, as a reward for winning the head of house task, Biggie decided to award both JAYPAUL and Jackie B BB tokens, okay? So they will be getting that as well as a movie date. So what Biggie asked both Jackie B and JAYPAUL to do was to choose one person each that they would like to join them for their movie. And of course, I mean, as expected, JAYPAUL chose Sasuke and Jackie B chose Michael. So all four of them will be having a movie date maybe later tonight, just like the one they had last week, okay? Now, there were 5 challenges in total, and Biggie gave each housemate 2 minutes 30 seconds for them to carry out the task. And Biggie mentioned to us that if there was a tie, the rolling of die will be used as a tiebreaker. Now, the first challenge was called Tasters and Mocktails. According to Biggie, all you need to do is roll a die to determine how many cups you must drink before proceeding to challenge 2. So if you roll 6, you go drink 6 cups. 4 cups. Then once you finish drinking, you move to challenge number 2, and that one was called the secret dessert. Yeah, now for this one, Biggie expected them to eat and drink in a cup. Yeah, we had liquid concoction according to Biggie, and 1 boiled egg right inside the concoction. So you have to drink the concoction and eat the egg, you know, before you move on to the next step.
Swallow.
Ew. I am a Biggie. Now for the next step, Biggie called this one the key to success, and according to Biggie, there were 40 keys in total. Now this particular one had to do with a smelly pool that contains all these keys, and each of the housemates were expected to enter and fetch any 2 keys and then drop them in the bucket that was being held by a skeleton. Okay, next up. Now for challenge number 4, Biggie expected them to act like a baby. Now you need to crawl the course, okay? This course was very, very slippery, and according to Biggie, slow and steady wins the race, okay? Now for the final task here, using only a straw, take 2 draws of the liquid concoction and pour it into one of the beakers. So we not really know what's in that concussion, but you go use the straw, then pour. What if you swallow it? I don't know. Biggie Naibu said it's a delectable concussion. Which one be delectable concussion? I beg. Let me just tell you, the housemates wanted to cry. Their facial expressions were nothing to write home about. Even me, say when they watch, as in my body when they do me so much, I say, which kind of rubbish has be this one? Which kind of nonsense be this? But then at the end of the day, if you want to be head of house, maybe say you go get immunity, but what you go do amo, you go enter that nonsense smelly pool by fire by force. Then next thing, Biggie called Pere. You know, Pere now stood up thinking that he was going to partake in the task. Biggie was not like, oh, you are still banned. So as a result, you will not play and you would also not have immunity. So what that means is that Pere was automatically up for possible eviction even before the game started, okay? Now the next thing I noticed was the way Biggie was calling the housemates. Biggie was calling them in pairs, you know? According to people say that they gone body to one another, Biggie can't call them like that. And I'm sure Biggie was just giving them the opportunity to try and win the task as a couple so that both of them go enjoy the head of house lounge, especially because they had to be male and female. So let me explain to you guys what I mean, yeah? Biggie called Saga first and then Nini. He called White Money and then Queen. He called Boma and then Tega. He called Michael and then Jackie B. He called JAYPAUL and Sasuke. He called Cross and Angel. Then Yusef and Peace. And of course, Emmanuel was standing alone because him babe, they already said she not go play as per person when be head of house before. So the boy was standing alone. Biggie did not do any, joining or merging for him because him babe they already dig ground. But at the end of it all, like I mentioned earlier, JAYPAUL and Jackie B won the heads of house task because they completed theirs in very good time, and as a result, the both of them will be spending the week in the head of house lounge together. Anyways, guys, now we know that all the housemates are up for possible eviction. So what that means is that you need to start voting for your faves as soon as possible. Now be say una go dey there now, just dey run una mouth, now no go vote. Now they say, Big is too partial, Big is this one. Vote. Anyways, guys, let's talk very briefly on some of the things that the housemates did earlier today, okay? We saw the housemates all gathered at the living area and they decided to have somewhat like a therapy session. Now, the housemates took turns to actually come out to talk about certain things. The first thing they talked about was the housemates they missed the most, among the ones that have been evicted and all of that. And they also needed to talk about how the house had impacted them and what they intend doing outside of the house. So they took turns, came out, oh, I miss earrings, I miss Princess, I miss Maria, I miss this, I miss that, I want to become this, I want to start up this. They took our time to do all of that, and I felt like it was very nice. It was more like a bonding moment for them, for them to actually know one another more and just understand how they were feeling and all of that. It was a space where they had to just bear out their minds without being judged, and I feel like that's a very good way to approach the week, especially because the whole shock they experienced last night was out of this world. So yeah, it was really nice, okay? And then we also saw Queen and Angel finally having a conversation. See, whether we noticed it or not, there's been a gap between Queen and Angel ever since the whole Boma sleeping on Angel's bed and all of that. And even before that, the whole Saturday party thing where Boma was dancing with Angel and then Queen came to drag Boma away, which made Boma lash out at Queen. So since that time, there's been this gap between the both of them. So today both ladies sat down, talked about it. This one aired her opinion, the other one aired her opinion, and right now I can tell you guys that both of them are in a good place. I would not say that they are friends already or anything like that, but both of them are in a good place, and I felt like that was really nice to mention to you guys, okay? Now for Saga and Nini, guys, let me tell you, Biggie was so upset with the both of them today because they refused, according to Biggie, they took their time, their precious time, to arrange their things and move out of the head of house lounge just after the head of house task had been completed, instead of them to have done that way before the task started. And of course, Nini was trying to explain and Biggie just shut her up and told her not to speak until she was allowed to do so. Biggie went on to tell them that he was definitely going to address the issue later, so we have to wait to see what their punishment is going to be like, okay? Of course, Biggie also told Peace and Licorice to stand up and then went on to ask them why they had been banned from entering the head of house lounge. And of course, they mentioned to us as well that they had flouted Biggie's rules, and then next day Biggie told them to sit down. Now I wouldn't know why he asked them the question. I'm pretty sure he's going to address it later, okay? So definitely we're going to be on the lookout for that as well. Okay, now that's basically the gist I have for you in this particular video. Let me know what your thoughts are about the head of house task. Thank you guys for watching my videos. If you enjoyed this particular one, please don't forget to give me a very big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one, okay? Bye guys.